in honor of Teacher Appreciation Week, we are going to read My Teacher's Secret Life. I know everything about my new teacher, Mrs. Quirk. Her first name is Isabel. She bites her lip when she's thinking hard, and she has eyes in the back of her head in case we try anything funny. And we know that your teacher has eyes in the back of her head too. Once a week, Mrs. Quirk takes us to Mrs. Painter's art room. It's the only place in the school where we can make a mess on purpose. When Mrs. Quirk comes back, she doesn't always recognize us. They have masks on. Every day at 3 o'clock, Mrs. Quirk says goodbye to us. She doesn't have to leave though, because she lives at the school with all the other teachers. Do your teachers live at the school? I can imagine what happens after we're gone. First, Mr. Crumple, the custodian, leaves a trash patrol through the halls. Litter, he says, is no one's friend. That's why we have to keep our school clean when we're there. Then the gym teacher, Mrs. Whistle, makes everyone do exercises. Mrs. Quirk stands in the back because she has trouble touching her toes. All that running around makes the teachers hungry. The cafeteria staff cooks their meals, putting stuff together from the lunchtime leftovers. Potato puff soup and macaroni bread show up a lot. While the teachers eat, Mr. Stern, the principal, watches closely to make sure everyone behaves. They have to follow our PBIS rules and be owl strong. After dinner, the librarian, Mr. Peruse, reads stories aloud. Miss Painter covers her eyes during the scary parts. Nothing frightens Mrs. Quirk, but she makes faces if the story is too mushy. She doesn't want a mushy story. Later, the teachers return to their rooms. They all keep pajamas and inflatable mattresses in their bottom left desk drawer, the one that locks with the key. Sometimes the teachers have pillow fights in the hall. Mrs. Quirk swings her pillow like a baseball bat. The flying feathers usually make her sneeze. Ha-choo! At bedtime, Mrs. Quirk washes her face, brushes her teeth, and sings a lullaby to our fish. Sometimes she makes shadow animals in the moonlight right before she falls asleep. At school, of course. Lately, though, I've been wondering if I know Mrs. Quirk so well after all. On Saturday, I saw her at the supermarket filling up her cart. I wondered what she was doing. There's always plenty of food at the school cafeteria. Have you ever seen your teacher shopping at the grocery store? Then, last Tuesday, I saw Mrs. Quirk again, trying on skates at the mall. She didn't look like a teacher one bit. I don't know what she did with the skates. She never wears them in class or at recess. Maybe she races down the hall late at night. Yesterday was my biggest surprise yet. I saw Mrs. Quirk in the park with a strange man and a girl. The girl looked like Mrs. Quirk, only younger. The strange man even put his arm around Mrs. Quirk. She didn't seem to mind. I wonder if it was her family. I've been watching Mrs. Quirk extra carefully ever since. Ooh, maybe she doesn't live at school. In class, she acts just the same. She still knows who pushed who first and who tracked in all the mud from the playground. And she still bites her lip when she's thinking. Mrs. Quirk must figure she has everyone fooled, but not me. I know Mrs. Quirk has a secret life I just wonder when the other teachers will get suspicious. My teacher's secret life. So, for Teacher Appreciation Week, I want you to guess what your teacher does when she's not at school. Maybe she's an astronaut. Maybe she roller skates around the park. Maybe she has some secret, wonderful job she'd be good at, like being a nurse because she's great at putting Band-Aids on your cuts. What do you think your teacher's secret life is right now while you're all learning from home? Send us a funny video and we'll post it on our Instagram. Have a wonderful day, kids. And once again, we love our teachers and are so thankful for them. Have a wonderful day.